All right, welcome. Today we're diving into something that, well, it hits pretty close to home for a lot of us. The source we're looking at asks a really fundamental question. Have we, as adults, completely forgotten how to play? And maybe more importantly, what did we lose when that happened?
So let's get right into it. This source, it doesn't waste any time with a slow intro. Nope, it jumps right in with a challenge. A challenge to that inner kid that might still be hiding in there somewhere.
And here's the first question it throws at you. Can you play like puppies? You know that feeling, right? Just pure, uninhibited joy. There's no plan, no goal. It's just this explosion of happy, chaotic energy. That's the feeling it wants you to remember.
And then he gives us another one. Kittens with a ball of string. I mean, think about that for a second. That complete focus, just totally lost in a simple, fun activity. There's no 5-year plan for that ball of string, right? It's all about the joy of right now. And okay, to bring it home, it connects that animal playfulness to something I think we can all remember. That feeling of just stomping in puddles as a kid. No worries about getting wet or dirty, just the pure, simple thrill of it. So after painting these incredibly vivid pictures of joy, the source just stops. And it turns the spotlight right back on you. It's asking a real question, a tough one. Where is your playfulness? Did it just fade away a long, long time ago?
Okay, so if that playful spirit is gone for so many of us, what filled that void? Well, the source has a name for it. It calls it the trap of seriousness.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Kind of mind-blowing, actually. The source paints this picture of the entire universe, the whole cosmos, as being in a constant state of play, it's rejoicing, it's laughing, which, let's be honest, is a pretty stark contrast to how most of us feel when we're stuck in traffic, right? And here you can see that contrast laid out perfectly. On one side, you've got the universe playing, rejoicing, laughing. And on the other side, us, the serious human. We're scared of the future, we're getting into arguments online, we're literally losing sleep over everything. It's a pretty powerful comparison when you see it side by side like this. And you gotta love this. To really hammer the point home, the source brings in a quote from Bugs Bunny, of all people. Don't take life so seriously because you will never get out of it alive. It's funny, but it's also so true, isn't it? All this seriousness, and for what? It's a good reminder that, hey, we're all on this ride together, and it has a definite endpoint. And here's the real kicker. According to this source, the very things we're often so proud of, our seriousness, our intellect, are actually the problem. They've built up this wall between us and our true nature, which is supposed to be playful and joyful.
But look, it's not all bad news. It's not just pointing out the problem. The source actually offers a way back. It gives us a path to rediscover that playful spirit we've lost.
And this is a really, really important point. The way back isn't through suffering. It's not about grinding through some intense hardship or making some huge sacrifice. The source completely rejects that idea. You don't have to suffer to find joy.
So what's the alternative? It's actually incredibly simple. It's a 3-step process you can practice every day. First, find the laughter of a child within you. Then, just put a smile on your face. And finally, actively rejoice. Be grateful for the simple fact that today is an incredible day. That's it. It's that accessible.
Now, this whole idea leads to a really fascinating question about a word we throw around all the time, maturity. What does it actually mean to be mature? The source suggests we've probably got it all backwards.
Yeah, forget that old idea of a mature adult being some serious, stoic person who never cracks a smile. This source flips that completely. It says a truly mature adult is someone who is kind, loving, compassionate, and, get this, someone who laughs easily. It's not about losing your joy, it's about gaining wisdom and compassion.
And it breaks down what this new kind of maturity looks like. It's being kind, loving, and compassionate. It's having patience and tolerance for other people. It's being wise about your words and actions. And maybe the most important one, it's about consciously paying attention to what's going on inside you, not just reacting to all the noise outside.
Okay, and this is where the source takes a pretty sharp and honestly a much darker turn. It starts to explore what happens when we don't reconnect with that joy. It presents us with a pretty serious choice. So what's the opposite of having that youthful, playful heart? You might think it's just being serious, but the source says it's something much, much worse. It's boredom. A deep, profound, and dangerous kind of boredom.
And this is maybe the most shocking claim in the entire text. It argues that this state of boredom, this inner emptiness, is where humanity's darkest actions come from. It claims this is the root of harmful addictions. It even goes so far as to cite horrific examples of abuse by people in power, linking it all back to that inner void. It's a really heavy, direct accusation, basically saying that a personal lack of joy can lead to the absolute worst kinds of societal darkness.
What this all boils down to is a pretty sobering idea, that humanity is a mixture of light and darkness. The potential for incredible joy and play lives right next to the potential for truly terrible things. And the path we end up on, well, according to the source, that's a choice we make.
And it leaves us with this final kind of puzzling thought, a real paradox. What you think you want, you don't need. What you need, you don't want. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? That we spend our lives chasing things that don't matter, while pushing away the simple things, like joy, that we actually need.
So we end up right back where we started, with a question aimed directly at you. The source presents this clear path of laughter and joy. But we all know how it is. We feel like we don't have the time or the energy. So the final question is really, which path are you on? In this constant dance between light and darkness, which way are you choosing to turn each and every day?